Karen Donnell, Mid Ulster Ladies, number 12, centre half, nickname of the
place.
Karen, can you tell us how did you join Mid Ulster Ladies?
First joined Mid Ulster Ladies, actually it was a friend of mine, Garth McCall's had said to me that there was a ladies football team starting up, and I thought he was just joking, but he says no, seriously. So I got me, my friend Paddy, Leanne Patterson, and my other two great mates, the twins, Ruth and Claire B. Brown. So we all headed down till Beachway on the gravel pitch, and that is it ever since.
Okay, and after 25 years, did you think this still be here?
25 years, no. I was retired twice, but I'm still here. But back then, no, probably not playing, but yeah, still involved with the club. I would have said yes because I hold a special place, so I do, with the club in my heart life, so it's definitely my life, so definitely will be around, but definitely not playing.
Okay. So can you tell us, how do you deal with the physical and mental demands that's required to play at the Premiership level today?
The mental of it, yeah, tough cookie so I can take anything, so it's okay, but the physical side, I'm not getting any younger, 40 this year, so yeah, I can take a toll now in my body, start of the season, always, your first game's in is tough, but then once your body gets used to it, it's not too bad, and just, I've been playing, saying this 24 years, so my body's just used to it and just batter on.
And have you noticed a big difference in the physical end for all the teams?
Oh, definitely. It is. It's a big difference. The girls are a lot stronger. It's a lot physical going in, attack and stuff like that. The girls aren't afraid now to go in. Well, before, back, some girls are afraid to go in now. Nobody's afraid to go in.
And what's been the biggest change you've seen in women's football in the past 25 years?
Oh, it's a big change. Women's football's just grew and grew and grew, especially from the Euros as well. It's even got bigger. Expanded as well, not just for the women's section, but also for the youth. The development through that, it's incredible. It's actually great to see, because back when I was playing, you just mainly had the women's team. There wasn't really any young teams about, and now it's just absolutely great just to see the development of women's football.
Karen, you've been here from the club started. In what way have you seen it grow and expand over the years?
Oh, it's definitely a big difference there. To start, with saying is, we only had one team. Now we're sitting there with two senior squads. We're sitting there with little dribblers from 3 to 5, straight up to under 17s. It's absolutely great to see how big that the club has expanded. From youth football to senior football, and it's incredible to see, and it's great to actually watch the young girls and develop
So you started your career just as a normal footballer, then you got the chance to represent the club as the captain. Now you're a legend of the club. So you're known everywhere. How proud of you for your career?
I'm very proud. Saying as started off centre, well, actually went in the nets at the start, and then I went in then till centre half. Hadn't played any football because we had nothing until Mid Ulster Ladies came, so it was just all new to me as well. Yes, I played with the boys and on the park and stuff, so it was great then to go out and actually have a girls team and go out and play in the centre half. And ever since from that there, it's took off. I loved the position, trained hard, learned different aspects of the game, slide tackling and all, going in, heading the balls, I'm not afraid to pull out, especially when you're a defender. I've been happy, and been captain of the team. I was there when Roll was there. I was captain at one stage, and then I was captain then with the young squad whenever we pulled out of the Premier League and went down in the Division 3. So it was captain then there at the girls for 7 years there, and it meant a lot. It showed that the girls looked up to me, and it was great there, for them to have trust in me on the pitch, and for me to also guide the girls as well, because I've been one of the older players. So it's been great, and it holds very dearly to me.
Mid Ulster has one of the best youth setups in the country, and if they see international players in the English Women's Super League, We have a world record holder that came from the club. How does Mid Ulster always produce this top talent?
Well, to me, is one person sets it all off back in, from them their players was Noel Mitchell, an absolute fantastic coach, always there for the girls. The girls got on so well with Noel. It was the bond that they had with Noel as well. The time that he took to the girls, he always had that there time with us. His coaching is just exceptional, like it's next to none. It's great when he's there and showing you different, things, to do with the ball, and how to defend, how to, get at your attackers, and when he sees something in you, he always tries to produce the best from his players, and that means a lot too. When Noel can pick a player, he knows when he can see a player that he sees a player and he knows they're good, and he's so much time, for the girls, and then he tries to make them, the best player that they can be, which is great for the club and also our club as well. We've a lot of people in around the club that take so much time for our players, and love to see them better themselves, love to see them going overseas. Look at our club's there to get the best out of our players and do whatever they can to be there for them wherever they want to be.
Okay, and so Noel now has returned to the club as the manager. How important is he going to be to lead our young squads going forward in their careers?
To me, I think it's very important. So it is for Noel to be, to come back into the girls, because it's his coaching skills that he has, that the young girls, can learn from, to better them, and also to better us senior players as well that never had the chance to have Noel to coach them. So it's a big thing, especially me, because I know the outcome that Noel can give to these young girls, because I've been there, I've watched them, I've seen them, and the girls that he's helped along the way knows the same as well, that he is an exceptional coach, and we couldn't ask for any better. It's great to have him back.
And what would you say to the young players in the academy? They all have dreams of playing in the first team, playing against the best players. What advice would you give them?
Dream. I always had the dream myself to play there, and the dream came true. It was actually, the saying is, going down, and now my dreams come back. I never would have thought now that I'd have been in the Premier League. Never. So my dreams, I'm still living my dream. Believe in yourselves. Never ever doubt yourself for one moment. I doubted myself, thinking I wasn't good enough. I don't have skill. Anybody could tell you that. I have no skill, wouldn't be the fastest. But you see, when I put that Mid Ulster shirt on, that's when all that comes out. Once a Mid Ulster player, always a Mid Ulster player. So keep believing in your dreams, girls, and keep pushing yourselves hard, and you will get there. And us girls, we will try our best to maintain what we're at, so you have the chance.
Who's been your biggest supporter, supporting your career, and what is it about that person that made them stand out to you as the best supporter you could have?
Well, it's my parents, my mum and my dad, the biggest supporters ever, especially when I had my kids. To be honest, mum, she was always there with me, watching me play as well. But then when I had Jamie, it was mum that stayed at home and looked after Jamie for me to still live my dream is playing my football, which she knew that I loved, and she said I would never give it up, she'll be there. And Dad as well, he was the one who always bought me my football boots. So them two there, without them, you know what I mean, I wouldn't probably be able to play, especially at a high standard. Football, when you're training twice a week, you're away to matches, so I'm out of the house 3 times a week. Just wouldn't be the easiest. So the backing of my mum and dad, it's been phenomenal, and I couldn't thank them enough.
Did you have any low points in your career, and how did you get through it? And did you have any support from anybody during those times?
Yeah, I had a very low time in my career, personal reasons, so it was tough, especially with 2 young kids with me, but yeah, between my family, between my friends, and most important was the club. Without the football too, I don't know where I'd be. They were my big saviour as well, especially Junkie. especially Noel, who came then and looked at me every day to take me to matches and always asked me, how are you, how are you? And I never forget that, and it's great to see we're not just a club, we are a family, and when there's people that do need the help, we're there, and I can't thank them enough for that.
So Karen, was explain there about your low points in the career and the sport you have in the club.
Yes.
Is there any advice you give to our young kids that are struggling with different things, school, family?
Yes, always open up. It is good to talk. See, building it up, it never helps. I built it up, but I had to let loose. And I did, and you know what? It helps. You don't realise the support you have. And as the saying is, I went to the club and I got the support. So never be afraid to come to the club as well. Because we're there, not just as a club, but we're there to help young ones too that are finding something hard or need to open up but can't tell their parents. Come to somebody in the club, because we will be there and we will support you in any way we can.
So Karen, the club has a huge amount of history in women's football in Northern Ireland. It founded in 2000 and one of the oldest women's club in the league. How tough did you find it when you were relegated to the third division?
Whew. Well, that year I was meant to retire. And yes, it was tough to swallow. It was a tough one to swallow. But to be honest, I think it actually was the right decision when Junkie came to me and said that we're in a dilemma here. We've lost a few players, we've lost Noel. What do we do here? And I said to her, go down. The youngers were only 16, 17. Too young for squad. I was the only oldest one that was left. So I just said to Junkie, just pull us out, get a meeting. So we got a meeting. And the whole decision was, we'll go down. We were happy enough. She asked what stand by the club, and I said, of course, no matter what. I'll go down, I'll pull the club out and help them. I got wee Michaela Stewart, wee Mickey in to help me out, so with another senior player, so it wasn't just me. So she came along to help me, and about after 7 years now, we built as a young squad, cracking wee players, and the past 3 years there, got ourselves in the Premier League.
Okay, and now that the club has got themselves back to the top division, how is it important for a club to stay at that level?
Oh, it is important. It's like any team when you're up there in the Premier League. Like, you know, it's the best league in the country. Like, every girl dreams of playing there. Like, and it's just so important as a club to try to stay there. Don't get me wrong, it's hard, but it is important to be there. It's not that, it's just the young ones look so much up to us as well. So we're trying to do our best for them because we want them to play in the highest league as well. You know, we want them, you know, to experience what we've experienced. I've experienced it twice, you know, throughout over 10 years in the Premier League. When I took over the girls like 7 years ago when we went down, I always told them I would love them to experience the Premier League. And you know what, they have, and you can see the buzz from the girls. It's just so great. You can see the excitement, you know, it's great to have to play up in there, and it's just great for us to try to stay there, so then other young girls come through it can get a taste of it as well.
So Karen, now I have a few questions about you yourself. So people say you have an amazing story about how you found out you were pregnant with your first child. Would you care to tell that story?
Well, sort of was taken sick, and we were actually indoor football down up here at Mooseup, but in the old part. And feeling sick, but Junkie always will try and say to me, hope you're not pregnant, hope you're not pregnant. And I was like, no Junkie, I'm not. But a certain day, I had to come to training and found out I was pregnant. And I just went, Junkie, she says, what? And I turned, I says, and cried, and I was like, I'm pregnant. She goes, Karen, it's okay, and hugged me. She says, that's okay. Because I was only 19 at the time as well. And she hugged me, she goes, it's okay, everything will be fine, we'll be here for you. As me, myself, she says, and also as a club, we'll always be here. But the funny part was, the second time when I fell pregnant, I was actually playing football for 3 months when I was pregnant. I was playing against Crusaders at their home ground, and afterwards I was laying in the grass, feeling sick. Junkie comes around the corner, Karen, are you alright? And I'm like, just been sick. Now, Karen, don't you tell me you're pregnant? I said, no, don't think so, Junkie. And then when she said that, I went and took a pregnancy test and found out I was pregnant. So she jinxes me all the time.
So now you have two wonderful boys who are always by your side. But how difficult do you find it balancing being a mum and a footballer who's playing at the highest level?
Oh, it's tough, especially two boys and when you're a single parent. It's very tough. I've got Riley on a Monday at hockey and football, while I've been training on a Monday night as well. So I miss out before 20 minutes or so. I miss out to start a training for the past lot of years. But now the training has, changed to 8, so it means now I don't miss it. But before, yes, it was very challenging, especially when the child was sick and stuff like that. I was missing, as well. So I had to rely so much. It doesn't say I'm my best supporters. That's what I always say is the main supporter was my mum and dad and even my brother. I relied on them then to try to pull me out. When something did go wrong or I needed somebody to take the kids. So it's hard, but then, especially when they're younger, it's harder. But then when they grow up, I just took them with me. Like Jamie, anybody asks, the older players and all, they just remember Jamie running out of the changing rooms. I remember you, Jamie, running out of the changing rooms, and then he was all in bars. There's Riley now, he's that age, when it's coming around. It was actually people from the club would have kept an eye on Riley when I was playing matches. He'd have come up to training. Christopher would have let Jamie join in with us. Maybe got Riley to lift cones. Noel's come in there, he's the same when he sees Riley. Can you get the balls, Riley? Can you get the cones? They include them and stuff as well, which is great. So it's great that I have such good backing of my family, but of my club as well, to help me with my kids, because it isn't easy, but they know what the club means to me, so then they do stand in and help as well. So I'm fortunate that I do have a lot of support around me, but it isn't easy sometimes, but we get there.
So would you have any advice for other mothers that play football that you would give them?
Advice is, when you do, have a joy for football and you think that you have to, retire because you have kids. Yes, maybe at the start when they're younger, yes, because maybe hardly when we look after them, but always remember when they grow up, they enjoy the sport too. Bring them along with you, because when I did that with my boys, they absolutely loved it. They actually picked up and stuff as well. So they were actually fast learners at their age of the rules of football because they watched me day in and day out. So when they're younger and it's harder, yes, but when they grow up, try it and bring them along with you, because you've got the club there too and there's people around. They will help you as well. So never ever give up just because of the kids.
Okay, good advice. Who is the best player you've ever played with at Mid Ulster? And what made them stand out? And what was it like training with that player?
To be honest, I've played along quite a few good players. So I have, but this wee one here does stand out. First time I seen her come along to training, and this bandana around her head, I was like, who's this? Sam was alright, watched her. I think the ball was glued to her foot. The skill, the speed, she was just an unreal player for the age of her. It was wee Simone McGill. Couldn't believe it when I watched. I just actually stopped my training and was just watched her just train. She was just, and I was with the mouth open going, oh my goodness, she is such a special player, and she will be a special wee player. At training against her, well, Noel actually did her against me one time at training. I had his vend against her. I actually think she nutmegged me that time of training. But it was fun too, because when he done it, I looked at him and said, "You've been serious? No, me against Simone McGill." But everybody laughed. It was fun as well. No one knew it was, and it was just her just coming at you. It was like you couldn't stop her. Simone's just a phenomenal player, which you can see for yourselves. It was just a pleasure to actually play alongside Simone. It's been definitely fond memories with Simone at the club. Even though at that time she was a winger, she was our top goal scorer and she was a winger. It just showed you the passion that Simone has in football. She loved her football from a young age. It was actually Noel that actually picked up on Simone when he was out doing the milk run, her hitting the ball off the wall. That's where, you know what I mean? He picked it up, and then when she played then for Kingston Youth, and then he saved her then to come across, and then she came down across then to play with us and it definitely was the right decision, especially when Noel was there coaching.
And Simone is our club ambassador and plays for Aston Villa in the Women's Super League. What does it feel like watching her on TV, seeing her play? Where does it make you feel?
It is.
Playing with her?
It's amazing. Like if you're looking, going, I've actually played for her. I played for her. Look at you, you know. You know, it is like it's nice. You know, that you can try and say, you know, to try and say, look, I've played alongside her. Like, there's Simone in Northern Ireland shirt. You know, there she's playing for Northern Ireland. Like, you know, fastest goal scorer and all too. So we things like that there, you know, means a lot, you know, as well. You know, to see that she's doing so well for herself. And yeah, it's always a dream come true, like especially for the young players too, to try and say they play with top players. And I'm lucky and I'm fortunate that I can try and say that I've played along with a couple of top players. So yeah.
Who's been the toughest opponent that you've ever played against and why?
That was tough in trying to think of names way back and stuff. But I think I've got the name right. Catherine O'Hagan, I think her nickname was Shorty, played at BU, Glentoran. She wasn't that actually much older than me, so she was at the time cracking wee player. It's one of them players that a defender hates to be up against. She had an eye for goal as well. Yeah, she was definitely one that stood out for me. Don't get me wrong, there has been a lot, you know, of good players, but yeah, at the time I would say yes, definitely her.
Okay. This season's squad is very young, but also lots of experience and talent. You've played with lots of different squads in your 25 years here at the club. What's different with this squad and what they can achieve going forward?
The difference with this here wee squad is they are young. There is so much talent in our squad. You know, the girls, you know, work so hard. It's the bond the girls have, and especially on the pitch and even off the pitch. There's a nice bond. It's relaxing with the girls. You know, when we're training, you know, when we're playing, we try to get the best out of each other. It just feels good, even though I'm like one of the oldest, you know what I mean, like I'm saying this, are like my wee handbags, you know, so they are, and I think that means a lot to me as well, because I did take them underneath my wing, because they were so young. I played alongside these young girls, to be honest, achieve much. To me, the girls have achieved everything. They achieved what we had said we were going to do in the Premier League. Them girls done it. We won the Mid Ulster Cup 3 years in a row. We've never done that. To me, the girls have achieved, and I couldn't be any happier than these girls. They're a great bunch of girls. It's not even that there. It's when I was called up again to help the girls last year in the Premier League. The confidence them girls gave me. Karen, we're so glad you're here to help us. They boost me. You know, they have confidence in me, you know, and it made me enjoy my football last year. I really, really enjoyed it, and that's because of these girls as well, and I couldn't be prouder of them. They're a great bunch.
So what players in the squad do you think can go to the very top of women's football, and why?
There's quite a few. Well, you had Lily there. She was there now, she's way over there at Newcastle at the minute. You've Neve O'Donnell at the back, cracking left footer. She's an NI setup. Cracking wee player. You've Amy McGarty there in midfield. Great feet, great vision around the pitch. You have Rachel, cracking wee player at the back. She played midfield at the back, and I so much love her at right back. Even for a young player, she is so good in that back line. Even she helps me along the way, and I absolutely love it when she's there. I love playing alongside Rachel. She does try and help even though like, people think, you know, I have so much experience. But when you see Rachel, you think Rachel had more experience than I did. Her vision off the pitch is next for none. She's absolutely superb. So she is. And so yeah, you know, there is other girls there, you know, too. Like there's Jess there, you know, up front, you know, that gives her all, you know, as well and stuff. Like throughout the squad, like, you know, there is a lot of potential there. So there is, and it's hard just to try and pick out who, because they're all good, but yes, between these here girls, yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay, Karen, you've played with a lot of players of your 25 years here at Mid Ulster Ladies. I want to ask you now, can you pick your all-time Mid Ulster 11 for us? Yes.
Yeah, goalkeeper, the one and only Jackie Burns. Safe hands, always felt safe when Jackie, to be honest, was behind you in nets. You know, she was a showstopper. Hated when anybody scored past her. She would hit the post. She would have kicked it, she would have punched it, you know, because it showed you that her heart was in it. She just hated when anybody scored past her. But yeah, Jackie, definitely a great keeper. Right back in would be Rachel Rodgers. Definitely has to be. Cracking player, one of the best, so focal. The awareness around the pitch, it's next for none. She's just a credible wee player. Then I have Claire Brown, Claire B, one of the twins. Oh, she was our sweeper. Quick player, ruthless on the pitch. She was good, so she was definitely one there. Claire Rooney, played with her for so many years. Mine's a bit of myself. Ruthless, not afraid, lots of slide tackles, strong on the pitch, very physical. Great player as well. Then we Mid O'Donnell, one of our younger players. Cracking wee left footer. A lot of time for wee Neve, you can see like she's going to be a cracking wee player. Great with her both feet too, like, as well. But yeah, definitely a great player. Emer McGarty. What can I say about Emer? Like, just love Emer the best. She's just a great midfielder. Her awareness around the pitch, you know, putting balls through. Her work rate's great as well. The next one would be wee Chloe McCarn. A lot of time for wee Chloe. Always had a wee bond with her when she played for a lot of years with us, and Mid Ulster Ladies always knew she'd be a cracking wee player. So solid. Ran on the pitch non-stop. If it wasn't going forward, she was coming back to defend. She was a very special wee player. Samantha Kelly. She's small, but she's a wee ball. Between her and Chloe, I always called them twinkle toes because they were so good with the ball at their feet. Then we have Stacey Hodgett, one of the first players up front that I used to play with. Cracking player in her days. Never seen a girl who can control a ball. Great at shooting. Very good at shooting. The next one would be Laura Barton. Strong. She was strong. Any defenders hated playing against her. But believe you me, she could shoot. She could shoot. She was a cracking player in her days. And last but not least is Simone McGill. Speed, awareness on the pitch, strength, ball to her feet, dribbling. What can you say? She was just an unbelievable wee player. My top 11 players, to me, are great players throughout my 25 years that I've played alongside, and it's also been a pleasure to play alongside these girls, and that's my top 11.
And in that top 11, you seem to have left yourself out. Do you not think you should be in there?
Yeah, probably should be in there, yes, to let herself. But but always say it's nice because it has been 25 years and I have played with a lot of girls that are cracking players. So I just thought that I would just go for them, and yeah, I'm happy enough.
So Karen, this is your 25th year of playing. Do you think your playing days are coming to an end?
Well, don't really think so. I'm sort of enjoying it here at the minute, so if my body can keep going, then yeah. And if it mightn't be in the Premier League, that's okay. Sure, I've still got the reserves. So in either way, I'll keep going until my body tells me enough's enough. So hopefully, yeah, I have another lucky years of me yet.
When that time comes, when you do hang up those boots, what sort of legacy do you want to leave behind at the
Well,
club?
to be honest, I think I've left it already. With all the young girls, handbag, it was great to see. It's just more the memories, the fond memories hopefully they have of me, the funny things that I do, the sayings that I say, you know, like out there. I hope, you know, they'll always remember that. Always remember, you know, like, you know, I'm not the greatest player, but I wear my heart on my sleeve. And when I put that shirt on, like, it's for one and only, and that's for Mid Ulster Ladies. So hopefully, you know, everybody from that there think, yeah, she is once a Mid Ulster Ladies, always a Mid Ulster Ladies girl. So that's, hopefully everybody will remember me with all the laughs and the jokes.
Okay, Karen, you mentioned the word handbag there. There's a lot of people who've asked me to ask this question. Where did it come from? And why does everybody at the club call that handbag? Can you explain?
It actually started off as someone actually called me a handbag, and I says, "What, your handbag?" And then it was just from that there, then I just picked up the saying, and so then I started calling people a handbag, and then now they've just nicknamed I'm the handbag because I call everybody it. But everywhere I go, everybody's saying it, the handbag. You know, so they all know me from all over, you know, by saying that where I go, because when I went to the Euros, you know, met up so many good friends, you know, throughout different teams and stuff like that, and we still have, you know, a lot of bond with, you know, the girls throughout the Euros and stuff, and every time then they see me it's, well, handbag. So yeah, it's definitely unusual, but it is good.
So Karen, that's the end of our interview. Thank you very much for your time. And we want to leave a final word to you.
Well, it's been an absolutely privilege to play with Mid Ulster Ladies for 25 years. I think I could be one of the most certain players in one club in the country, in Northern Ireland. So that there alone is an absolute privilege as well, because not many can try and say that, but I have the privilege that I can.